US President Donald Trump praised Iran for halting planned executions of protesters, even as rights group HRANA reported over 3,000 killed in the crackdown. Kurdish separatists in Iraq claimed that they attacked Iran's Revolutionary Guard, triggering international warnings and prompting the EU to advise avoiding Iranian airspace. Now, as global solidarity protests continue, Indian nationals are returning home amid escalating tensions in Iran. Now, Trump said that more than 800 hangings were scheduled but were cancelled at the last minute. Thanking the Iranian leadership, he said that decision weighed heavily in his choice not to launch a military strike. According to reports, despite the de-escalation in rhetoric, US military assets are being moved into the region to address the ongoing tensions.
Did Arab and Israeli officials convince you to not strike Iran?
Nobody convinced me. I convinced myself. You had yesterday scheduled over 800 hangings. They didn't hang anyone. They canceled the hangings. That had a big impact.
Rights groups say that protests in Iran have largely subsided, but only after a brutal crackdown that killed thousands under an internet blackout. According to human rights activist news agency, as on day 20th of the protests, around 3,090 protesters have been confirmed dead. 2,055 severely injured, and more than 22,000 arrested amid internet shutdown now in its second week. A representative of an Iranian Kurdish separatist group in Iraq claimed that his group's armed wing has launched attacks on Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard in recent days in retaliation for Tehran's violent crackdown on protesters.
In Kermanshah, when the regime savagely attacked the people, the units of the National Army of Kurdistan were forced to respond with guns, and the same thing happened in Ilam and Firuzkoh. We published an official statement that these activities were carried out by the units of the National Army of Kurdistan. We did not turn a blind eye when it comes to support or providing supplies to our people. We do our best for our nation.
France's Foreign Minister, Jean-Noël Barrot, said that its embassy in Tehran has reached out to registered nationals in the country and confirmed that one French-Iranian woman had been injured in the protests. Meanwhile, several nations are pressing the United Nations Human Rights Council to convene an emergency session over alarming violence in Iran. The European Union Aviation Safety Agency has urged airlines to steer clear of Iranian airspace. The agency cautioned that the presence of multiple weapons and air defense systems and potential activation of surface-to-air missiles create a serious danger to civilian flights at all altitudes. Furthermore, the Munich Security Conference announced that it has withdrawn invitations to Iranian officials for this year's gathering. It cited the regime's violent crackdown on protests as the reason for it. Amid escalating tensions in Iran, several Indian nationals returned to India from Iran, and this comes after an advisory was issued by the Indian government urging citizens to leave the country.